Hello, everyone. Normally I want to review Scoob, but unfortunately I don't know most of the sites, and I don't feel like paying $24 just to watch this movie. I'll review Scoobs when we eventually when it's released somewhere I can watch for free. Don't ask why. Never mind. I forget what I said. Anywho, I want to review something a little different before I actually just make a Scoob review. So yeah. Um, sorry, I was shit things, but yeah. Today we're gonna review Death Battle Season 3. To make up for I was supposed to our review skills when I get around finding a way to watch it. And give my thoughts and reviews pretty much. So first of all, let's talk about Death Battle Season 3 anyways. Dante versus Bayonetta. Obviously a pretty good fight, and obviously I do really like the fight. The CG was pretty cool and everything. And this one a few times that, yeah, this is actually what I consider technically a 2v2 battle because Trish and the other girl I don't really know much about were there for outside help reasons. And it's nice, flashy, and I do really like this fight, really. Really good fight, and I do really like the actions. And obviously the show that also that did too that are oh yeah G. I think you're not think you're not talking about Jeans. I think that's even her name. Trish and Jeans were basically doing a different fight. For those wondering, a different fight, which is going to be, which was pretty much a set to promote the Boomsticks battle, Boomstick's own show, DBX, which currently by the time of recording, the fourth season ended up replacing it with the Ringmaster and obviously a voting system. I enjoyed season 4. I enjoyed the fights and whatnot, and well, it's more like a voting theme season to be honest. It was a voting theme season for season 4, and I still thought, yeah, aside from the basic knowledge and everything, I still think it's a pretty good season, albeit it did drag a little bit too long with its analysis, despite being a bloodshed, but I do like the general knowledge, giving some general knowledge with these two characters in case of any angry anime comments. At least there's alternate endings for first members, but obviously you get the point of these. Yeah, I can see the DBX doesn't. I admit the earlier season that this was just yeah, the preview was just act as, hey, here's what's to come, and obviously I got used to it. Really, this was pretty much just made as just for fun. Really, it was pretty much made just for fun. Really, it's just for fun. Really, it's kind of harmless. It's just more of there just to be obvious to help people tie over whenever a new death battle happens or something. It's action. It's pretty good action and whatnot. Yeah, albeit there are certain episodes and whatnot that people were a bit complaining. I admit certain episodes they were not keen on. Yeah, I remember the Hine versus Sasuke episode. Yeah, I talked about a fair bit of it, and yeah, this fight. Yeah, I admit that Donald Trump versus Hillary Clinton is kind of funny at least. Obviously, it's still pretty good. I enjoy these. These are pretty much the. I enjoy these episodes, by the way. I admit the earlier seasons were kind of what I like to consider rough. Uh, yeah, I can say the further got used. People really enjoy. Later on seasons did fix it. Albeit season 4 was trying to go for a new formula, obviously, which I will give it a pass. It's trying to go with something with a new formula, to be honest. But it did. But this is not what I'm talking about. DBX. We're talking about Death Battle Season 3. Obviously, Death Battle in its third season. Obviously, then the you know, falling off was just to promote that new season. So, yeah. Overall, pretty good premiere, to be honest. Yes, and obviously Dante will win, and being man before that Smash Bros. Man, I remember back when I was expecting Snake to come back in Smash 4. Thankfully, he came back in no time. Next up is, albeit a pretty good death battle, Bowser versus Ganondorf. Obviously, I thought the fight was pretty good. I think the 2D sprites work well, and obviously the most antagonist of Mario versus the antagonist of the Legend of Zelda. And obviously, it's a pretty good fight, actually. I do really like the both bosses beating each other and seeing who was the best. And obviously, I do really like the analysis and whatnot. Albeit it was a bit one-sided. Mainly the... Sorry, just checking. Mainly the parts where, or well, obviously, where Boomstick was hidden, where, like, Ganondorf having a lot of different parts, excuse me. Yeah, I do feel like it was more yeah, it's kind of off, really. Really a pretty good fight, actually, but, you know, off. The only actual 2v2 death battle, Ratchet and Clank versus Jak and Daxter. It was one of my favorite fights. I do really like the animation and the research and the fight itself. Yeah, it was a pretty good fight, actually. I think obviously they're both basic PlayStation mascots, pretty much just the duo versus duo type fight. It was a pretty good fight. I kind of wish they did more 2v2 death battles. No, and you'll be wondering, that's me. You may be wondering, what about attendees insert fighting? Those don't really count. Some of them I don't really count. I don't really count Dante versus Bayonetta's fight with Trish and it's kind of help with our respect. Main fighter, that's more just help out, more of just feature one or two help really. And yeah, you can tell the other reasons why because they're not really the titles characters, obviously. So yeah, pretty much that. Overall, pretty good fight. The Flash versus Quicksilver. I did find it, albeit a bit one-sided. Albeit I'm not really much of a Quicksilver fan. If anyone asked me, the only time I would say that Quicksilver, I always feel like Quicksilver was, in my opinion, sorry, I felt like it was pretty good. Obviously, I was thinking it with the Flash to Quicksilver, a bit of a Quicksilver win, but the Flash, oh well. I obviously feel like it was a bit too one-sided in terms of speedsters, but oh well. Joker versus Sweet Tooth. DC Joker, for those wondering. I don't know this we were never could have used this Joker for some fight Joker. Oh well. This fight was pretty good, actually. Really. I do really like the fight, albeit I feel like it's kind of a weird match to fight. Mainly because I feel like Joker pretty much has more to more of landings and whatnot, and pretty much does what's a criminal crime. Sweet Tooth really doesn't need to on land really much. And I know I'm not gonna call it in PlayStation move feats; those are non-canon. Pretty much that. Shadow, Mewtwo versus Shadow. Obviously a pretty good fight, albeit another loss for the Sonic and characters, but oh well. That's a pretty good fight, and obviously a pretty good fight. I feel like Mewtwo and Shadow are sidekicks, but oh well. Just Mary White. Spoon attack. Yep. Anyways, the next episode was sort of what I would consider a crossover episode, and the only time it is that they use fictional fanfic characters. Sort of, but you get the point. This episode was a crossover with Red vs. Blue, and you probably know what Red vs. Blue is. It's a weird Halo mission. It's kind of the show that Impact pretty much Mischievous, which I could make. Which, yeah, nowadays the show hasn't been that great, really. I haven't been watching, but I've been hearing people have been criticizing a lot of the show lately. I feel like the show really needs to end sometimes, but oh well. Particularly, this is for their 14th season, which is the only one they decided to take break the story and become an anthology. The 14th season is pretty much an anthology. Yep, it was an anthology season, to be honest. It's a nice little change of pace, and really, it's a nice little change of pace from the story impact of the series. Is is is. So yeah, pretty much where I'm leaving. Okay, back to the topic. Yeah, this was a crossover between Death Bell and Roosters and Red versus Blue, being the meta versus Kana. Sorry, can I pronounce her name? Yeah. Sorry, I keep forgetting how to pronounce her name after Kana. You know, one sec. Carolina. Alright, now you know where I was about Carolina. Seriously. The meta versus Carolina is pretty much which a pretty good fight, albeit it's a weird episode for Death Battle wise, albeit this is also technically counted as a Rooster Teeth episode. And I thought the Carolina versus Carolina episode was a pretty good episode. It pretty much gives us research and pretty much on, hey, this character can beat this character pretty much. And yes, the Carolina episode is, like I said, pretty good. And I do really like the research and analysis, though albeit it was up to more of whatever season was currently in Red vs. Blue, and obviously it was a pretty good. It's kind of funny how Carolina won, and it's a pretty good fight. This is from both from the same series. Obviously, I tend to feel like I always want to have different characters fighting different series. In fact, Burns actually he did voice both the Meta and Epsilon. The next, obviously, the next time we have some of that will be Caraba. Doing the regular versus Twilight Sparkles, but we'll talk about that fight when we get to that fight. Obviously, this fight was a pretty good fight. Yeah, obviously, it's kind of weird to consider this episode as a technically a Rooster Teeth slash Red versus Blue slash Death Battle episode, but it's a pretty good episode. I do really like it. And if you're a Red versus Blue fan, and I recommend checking out this fight. If you're a newbie, I do not recommend watching this fight until maybe you'll watch maybe up to Project Freelance type of thing, which is about until like after the 10, which is probably somewhere after the 10. Just watch it after season 10 or something like that. I don't know. I don't know if this is friendly to me. Watch it. Next up is Kame. One sec. These characters confused.
Kami. Kami.
Oh, Kami versus Soria. Yeah, Street Fighter versus and Mortal Kombat fight. That ends with obviously a pretty good fight. Battle between you was the best. Military ladies. Obviously, I thought overall it's a pretty good fight, and obviously this is where yeah, Marvel still yes, the obvious character. Street Fighters continuing their somewhat losing streak. Anyway, it's a pretty good fight. Then we get to Tracer versus Scout. Before we say anything, I'm going to say this fight was one of. I like TF2. I like Overwatch. Overwatch is my game I like to play for a bit, but I just lost interest mainly because. And TF2 is my childhood, really much. It was my childhood game and one of my favorite Valve IPs. I'll get a heavy update at some point, but then again, Valve is mostly focusing on VR games at this point, and my prediction is that one of them will be a multiplayer. I'm gonna say more likely that the other two flagship games would be a Tier 2 VR game, which I'm gonna say a spin-off of Tier 3, as I'm not saying adaptation of comics since Rick May's death, unless they could get some suitable. And then again, it's least likely to get him a suitable replacement for him. But yeah, this is probably why I'm a little concerned about the. I'm mostly leaning towards a third game sequel, or at least I'm least likely thinking it will be a spin-off title. That's my opinion for now, really. But yeah, pretty much, it's least likely my opinion. This is my opinion. But I still like TF2, and I still like Overwatch, and really, the reason I stopped playing Overwatch is because, well, obvious lack of interest. TF2, obviously, was working on the games, and, well, lack of interest, really. I hope the TF2 franchise can get a new update one day. I do like the respect with Maker and whatnot. Oh, we get the heavy update one day. But that'll be most likely whenever. I think there's still workers. I hope people don't lose hope really much. Anywho, back to the review. I am going to say I dislike this fight. This was one of my least favorite episodes of that battle. I consider it one of the worst episodes, as I feel like this is mainly due to facts and due to the feeds and facts and everything, and accuracy and everything. I feel like Scout should have won. I actually remember making a similar video before that and everything, and honestly, yeah, I'm just gonna confess. I never liked this fight. Scout should have won that fight, and yeah, I wasn't too keen on this fight. But yeah, I can see that I wish that. I know this is before, but yeah, I feel this video. It's kind of. But yeah, I thought it was. Yeah, I never really liked this fight. It was my least favorite fight, but I kind of wish they feel like they should do a little more research, and I kind of wish they used a. I kind of wish this fight was handled a bit better next time, but yeah, I don't really like the fight too much. I feel it was they didn't use too much with Scout and didn't use too much with Trace. I feel like they should have also included some things with, and that's why I never really liked the fight. Eight, eight. Yeah, I can say I still don't. Yeah, you know what? I'm just gonna move on. I really don't really like this fight. I hope we get another tier two match. Oh well, at least they make up for it with Scout versus with Widowmaker versus Black Widow. I personally find that fight. Yeah, nice little revenge for that. At one side, for that fight. Still like watching tier two though. Next up, we get to Ken versus Terry. Yeah, before Smash Bro, before Ken and Terry Iboga are making a Smash on those here. Iboga had to do via Fighters Pass #1. Pretty much comfort in Smash. This fight, I remember. Yep, I've seen the American in martial arts champions. Okay, technically it was on, but you get the point. Yep, it's a pretty good fight actually. I do really like it. It was an excellent fight. I do really like the martial arts. Yeah, the research was pretty good and everything. An overall pretty good fight championship, though I feel bad for losing streaks. And yeah, you can recreate this fight in Smash Bros. And you also need to fight to request challenge pack the one against IDNC Fighter Pass. Next up is AB Rose versus Flower. I thought this fight was pretty good. I feel like this is the only time that Sonic win for now. Obviously, I was putting money on Sonic. I wasn't really a Scott Pilgrim guy versus the World guy. But it's a pretty good fight. And yeah, it's a pretty good fight, and overall, it's a pretty good fight. Seeing the Amy Rose versus her this girl. Yeah, I'm not really too much into this girl, but Roma the Flowers. But it's still a pretty good fight. So what the hell are they gonna bring back the Scott Pilgrim versus the World? Next up is Hulk versus Doomsday. Obviously, a Marvel versus DC fight. I have not much to say about this fight, other than it's pretty good. I admit, I feel like Hulk should have won that fight. No, well, never mind. Immortal Cat.
你找我一点，
Right, I'll be at.
take one.
Okay, sure. I'm sorry. I'm just taking my vitamins, obviously, and overall, this fight was pretty good. A pretty good fight. Next up is Zoro versus Urza. This is before I'm a real fairy tale fan, and this is before I'm a huge anime and fairy tale fan, and even before I have ever made Urza my best girl. Before all those, yeah, I was thinking it was a pretty good fight, and obviously, looking back, you can tell that I haven't rewatched this fight at the time. I actually want to go based on my experience with it in the past more. I never, yeah, it's a pretty good fight. Obviously, it's pretty much analysis research wise. Though I admit, I feel, and again, I want like a rematch version. Excuse me. Version of this fight really. What's this? Obviously. Oh well. Obviously, it's a pretty good fight, though. This is way before I was a huge fairy tale fan myself. Yeah, this is before I was a huge fairy tale fan myself, so I had no opinions on much of that fight. The last fight we're talking about, Deadpool versus Pinkie Pie. Obviously, I liked the fight, and I thought it was a fun little joke battle. Albeit, I'm not really into joke battles, to be honest. It was a fun, weird joke battle episode, really. Overall, it's a pretty good episode. I thought it was a pretty good episode. It should be season 3, to be honest. Overall, season 3 is obviously a pretty good season. I thought it was a pretty good season, albeit a short season, but it's still pretty good. Then, and it pretty much just gets some good. It felt more variety than other seasons, mainly due to the lack of some Marvel vs. DC fights, only 2 of them, but oh well. But when we get back to next season, we're gonna see probably a fun. We'll probably get to what I would like to say. We'll probably get to certain episodes, and obviously I will get. But yeah. Thank you guys for watching. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel, and I'll see you guys next time. Goodbye. Bye.